If I see the player cannot dig in enough, then mostly it needs a little bit more tension, or if it's very sharp and tight and maybe it's too tight, or it's too close to the bridge, that makes the E string mostly a bit shouting, and you give a bit more distance to make it a bit more relaxed, to give more overtones. So there are many possibilities we have with the Sound Post to adjust. Yeah.
I want to ask you about your sound adjustment. You are also famous so for your sound adjustment, I think. So how do you become good at sound adjusting?
My former partner, was a violinist, professional violinist.
Yep.
And we worked hours and hours in trying to improve sound, experimenting. So days, hours. So you cannot do that with a customer. But I had a patient partner.
Yeah, you are lucky. You had a patient partner.
Yes. And there I started to learn about adjustment and noticed that I showed, for example, a violin twice to a player who was looking for a violin to buy. A Galliano it was, I remember. And he liked the condition, it was a beautiful Galliano, but he wasn't convinced about the sound. And then I asked my partner again and a second violinist together to help, and we tried that it reacts easier and better, and tried several things, and suddenly we all noticed it's better, and I showed the same customer again, and the third time he came, he bought the violin because he was convinced. So I noticed how important it can be to adjust a violin right. Yeah. Then I noticed also adjusting is individual. If somebody, a soloist, which gives more pressure with the right arm, he wants also the instrument can support the pressure. So you need the sound post a little bit tighter for a soloist than for somebody who plays very light, orchestra or chamber music. So it's to the demand of the player, you have to adjust different also.
Yeah. Yes. Today we had so many musicians at our shop for your sound adjustment, and they are so over happy. So yes, someone say it's amazing, or say it's like a magic, and so then can you explain a little bit how to make a sound adjustment on the violin more in detail?
Yeah, as I just mentioned already, it's not magic. It's a technique, but it's a communication is important with the person. When people play and say, then I ask them also what you like with your instrument. What would you like to be better? Where is the weak point of an instrument? So I have, sometimes people don't tell me anything, and I do it my way, and I try the instrument myself, and I notice, even I cannot play well, but I notice what the instrument can do, how does it react. So I try, it reacts good, and so I adjust it my way. But the fine-tuning, the last bit has to be always with the musician together. And for example, a few years ago, I restored a Del Gesù, which was open and had a few things done, and a new player got this instrument. But we had in the first before it settled, in the first half year we had to make 3 different sound posts.
Yes.
Before then, mostly slightly longer, until it has settled, and then it was stable. So if a player, for example, say, I cannot play forte, it doesn't take enough pressure by the bow, then it's mostly a sign that it needs a little bit more attention.
Yes, you mainly work on sound posts, right?
No, of course, very important is the angle of the setup is very important. That is all right. And a good bridge is also very important.
Yes.
So, but if the good bridge, everything is good, you still want to work on the sound, then we work only with the sound post.
Yes.
Of course, string, tailpiece, type of strings, can all influence the sound.
Yes.
Also the string here, if it's plastic, if it's gut, or if it's Kevlar, all makes a difference. But we're talking now just about sound post, and there we have, I measure with a tape measure here, or where the position is of the sound post, how far inside or outside it is, how far behind the bridge. Mostly it's slightly behind the bridge. And I look if it's straight, if it's fitting well. Of course, that's very important, it fits well. And if I see the player cannot dig in enough, then mostly it needs a little bit more tension. Or if it's very sharp and tight, and maybe it's too tight, or it's too close to the bridge, that makes the E string mostly a bit shouting, and you give a bit more distance to make it a bit more relaxed, to give more overtones. So there are many possibilities we have with the sound post to adjust. And of course you need to have good ears to judge yourself.
Yes.
And mostly I have my idea when I ask somebody to play for me. I have an impression, but I want to hear from their mouth also what they want, because sometimes it's not only what we hear is one thing, but also important, and that I don't hear, is what the player feels. So also very comfort. And that the player can tell me only. Sometimes it sounds good, but the player says, "Oh, but it's so hard to play. It's very difficult. I want it easier. I have to work too hard." So that is I don't hear, or it's more difficult to hear. So that's why communication is so important.
Yes. So when I saw you adjusting the violin, and so I thought it was like a dialogue between player and the violin maker. I thought
it's a little bit more complication, because I need you always as a translator. So we have one person in between, not the direct contact. Unfortunately, I don't speak Japanese yet. But it is very important, dialogue, communication.
Yes. Okay,
and but also sometimes it's not easy for a player to express themselves, because I'm used to it, but when players are unexperienced, to describe in words what they're looking for, it's not always easy for them.
Yes, sometimes young musicians, they have a difficulty to describing how they need.
So I ask them sometimes also, when they don't know what to say, I say, okay, play each string, but also important is play pianissimo, play fortissimo, to see how flexible instrument, how much it develops in sound.
Interesting.
That is very important. It should be between pianissimo and fortissimo. It should not be only a little bit louder or less, but the instrument should open and develop and give more. So there I can see, okay, the tension is not right, and even if they cannot express themselves. So I can try to help them there. Yeah. You need actually, basically, you need 4 tools. Or 3. Basically, you have to measure the position of the sound post. You need the sound post adjuster, maybe the most important tool.
Yes.
You can, when you make a new sound post, you hold it with a small hole, the sound post. You put it through the F-hole in the instrument, and here you can pull or push and move it around with this side, and of course you look with a mirror,
yes,
if it's straight, if it's fitting well, and of course when you make a new sound post, the strings are off, and you can look through the hole here,
yes,
and if it's well fitting, yeah, it's easier. But when you adjust it, you don't want to take off everything. Then the 4th tool, which I don't have here, is a good lamp.
Good lamp.
So I put a small lamp in the instrument to see well. Yeah. And but basically these tools are enough to to do the right adjustment. Yeah.
Yep.
Most important tool then is your ears, maybe.
Last question. So, do you have any advice to Japanese players who want to buy a high quality violin, better violin?
Advice.
Advice.
Difficult question. What shall I advise? I think buy good quality.
Yes.
And therefore, I think trust to the right middle person is very important. Yeah. Have advice. Don't try it alone.
No.
You can maybe make very expensive mistakes. And I think you need a good advisor.
Yes.
That is, I think, an advice I can give everybody, not only to Japanese people, but I think quality, you have to fall in love with an instrument. I think I never sold an instrument when people were doubting after 2 weeks of trying an instrument. These doubts stay always in your head. After 3 weeks, and sometimes I had, when I was young, people say, after 2 weeks of trying, can I have another 2 weeks? Another 2 weeks to try? And I say, yes, okay. And they always return the instrument. Mostly, there is a click, and people know rather quickly, this is wonderful. This is what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yes. They have to choose a violin.
Don't try too long. Yeah.
I understand.
So it must be a connection. Yeah.
Connection.
Yes. Yeah. But that is for sound. For investment-wise, is buy a good quality instrument with good certificate and trust the right middle person. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much for taking time with us. Thank you so much indeed.
It's a pleasure to come here. Yeah.